Right then, welcome to Dave Barlow Guitar. It's been a while since I've done some videos because I've been really busy. Anyway, a good friend of mine who is in a band, his name's Fraser. He's in a band called Gypsy's Kiss, and they're going to be celebrating 50 years since they started. The original member of the band was Steve Harris from Iron Maiden, as I believe it, and so yeah. Big year for those. Anyway, he's bought a couple of guitars in for me to check over for him and change the pickups, hence the t-shirt. Anyway, so he's a great lover of IronGear pickups. He likes the Dirty Talk, I believe, in his guitars. But the reason why, probably from the title of the video, is that he's got a load of Chibsons. So, and he's bought some new ones from somewhere, which I'll probably disclose in another video, because there's going to be a few of these videos, because there's a few guitars to get through. So, this is about Chibsons, whether you like them or not. I'm going to go through this guitar, take it apart. We're going to have a look at it. We're going to swap the pickups out and all that kind of stuff. You know what? I'm not going to do a playthrough before and after. It's very evident that the pickups are a little bit muffly. They're a little bit cheap sounding, so we're not even going to bother doing a playthrough of it. It's just pointless. That's not what this is about, you know. But anyway, it's about looking at the quality of work that you get from these factories. And we're talking about, you know, 200, 250 quid in English pounds, which is, I don't know, a couple of $100, maybe $250, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's $300, I don't know. I don't work it out. Anyway, so losing my train of thought. Anyway, let's show you the guitar, right? So you can have a look at it and, you know, see what you think. Oh, I'll hold it up first and then I'll just run the camera over it. And we see we go. This is a copy of a Gibson. Oh, before I do that, this is just in remembrance of my good mate, China Guitar Skeptic, because he used to do this all the time. And it's on the other side, bro. Anyway. So, this is it says made in the USA in the back, but it's not. Anyway, so this is a Gibson Custom. Hopefully the light's good. Do you know, I was looking at it, the weight, this is a heavy guitar. This is a heavy guitar, which I'd expect for a custom, I suppose. Neck. That's nice. That's not like a big, beefy 50s neck. It's kind of like somewhere, you know, more of a 60s kind of neck. It actually gets thinner as you go down. So it's a little bit beefier there, and it's a little bit skinnier there, which I've not seen on a Les Paul before. But maybe I've not had one of these. But there you go. There's the back. And I've cast my eye over this and had a good look at it. I mean, there's a few little blemishes here and there, but it's damn fine work. It's damn fine work. I'm telling you, right? In another video, I'll show you something. I bought a Les Paul copy, which is a vintage branded one. And in terms of finish, and overall finish and look, this blows it away. And can you imagine, that's a £500 guitar. This is like 250. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Hopefully you got a good look at that. I'm going to break it down now, and we're going to have a look, because I've got to change the pickups anyway. I'm going to check the frets, see how they are, and you can see me doing all that kind of stuff, and we'll just play around and see what we can find out about this guitar, see how well built it actually is. See on the other side. Right, so here's the close-up. I mean, it's really probably difficult for you to see, but it's a damn fine piece of work, that's all I can say. I know it's not real, and I know it says Gibson on it, Hey, am I going to get arrested for taking this video? Oh no, probably not. We'll find out about these when we do a restring, because I ain't worried about that. They feel a bit, not stiff, but you know, a little bit kind of dry feeling. That's the only thing I could say. But you know, they're slightly cheaper. But my good mate who sent this in hasn't got a problem with the tuners or anything else. He's just not happy with this this pickup. That's the only thing he's not happy with. But obviously, he wants me to set it up, and he wants a really low action. So to get a low action, we need really, really, really you know, kind of nice neck, and we need very level frets. They've got to be bang on the money, otherwise you're not going to get a low action. But anyway, let's take it apart, see what happens. Right, so I was taking the strings off and this happened. So yeah, that's not good. So I mean, that'll still work. Oh no, it won't. It's actually broken off. Obviously there's a screw come out the back. I don't know whether I can fix that or not. I'll look into it a little bit later. But yeah, so there you go. Let's just check the others to see that they're okay. There's obviously a screw in the back of that. I think they're sealed units though, so let's have a look. Okay, so I might be able to pop those. Actually, pop the back off and fix that, hopefully. If not, new set of tuners. Not the end of the world. I can get really good kind of China tuners, and they're really good. I use them on a lot of my guitars. About 35 quid, maybe a bit less. There you go. Well, that's the first problem. Right, nut is pretty much okay. That's been fitted okay. Doesn't look too bad at all. Better than a lot of nuts on some guitars, which cost more money. My next thing to look at is actually the frets. Anyway, the first thing I did find with these frets is that, as you can see, there are nibs. Well, kind of. Oh, I can go closer. Yeah, kind of nibs. Well, anyway, perhaps not so much on this side, but on this side, the fret is higher than the nib. So sometimes you have problems where there's a gap between the nib and the fret, and then you have another problem where the string, if you can see my thumb here, gets caught. So if your string goes over that fret, it won't go back. It'll go ding. It'll get caught. So I don't know what to do about that. Might be able to just fill it a little bit with something. I don't know. Or it might not be a problem. We'll see. But that's the only other thing I can see with that. Guess what though? I checked the level of all these frets, and they are pretty much bang on. I'm not going to have to touch them. I'm just going to have to polish them. And I checked them all. There was one little spot, I think, somewhere where there was just a slight rock. You could hardly, there's nothing there. They are level. Unbelievable. So the guy that made this guitar in China, that's the one, isn't it? That's the only fret that's just slightly high. I mean, can you see that wobble there? There's like nothing in it. So yeah, what's the next thing? Let's whip this pickup out and have a look at what's going on inside that in terms of the woodwork. And also another good thing to look at is taking off this truss rod cover and see what's going on in there. Right, so Chibson custom shop. I think they generally had a mahogany solid body. They didn't have a maple cap. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can't tell if it's got a maple cap or not. It doesn't like it has. You can see this kind of discoloration of the paintwork here. That looks the same as that there. So I'm assuming this is the real deal in terms of mahogany. Could be wrong, you know, but that's kind of what it looks like to me. Truss rod cover, we opened that up. Not what I expected to see, not the best job, but Allen key rather than the Chibson style nut, but works nice. The truss rod is moving nice and smoothly, which I would expect. So let's have a look at these pickups. So, just, I don't know about the pickups. Perhaps they make them in house. I don't know. Perhaps they're Epiphone ones. Who knows? Incidentally, I've had a couple of Epiphones, the old ones, which had really good pickups in, and I had a look at them, and I always find that the good pickups have Samsung stamped on them. They always seem to sound pretty good. I mean, I've never tried one at a gig or anything, but they always seem to sound pretty good when I got it in the workshop. There you go. So that's about as much of a deep dive as I'm going to go into this on the front. I'm going to turn it over now, have a look at the electrics, so I can show you that. Just looks like a bridge, doesn't it? It's just a bridge to bridge made out of metal. I mean, what can you say? Let's have a look at these. Just all looks pretty normal to me. Let's spin it over. Oh yeah, okay, the switch. Yeah, it's not a Chibson switch, obviously. Let's spin it over, have a look at the electrics, and go from there. Okay, just checking some detail here. It all looks pretty good. I'm really impressed with this guitar. Yeah, binding's all good. If it goes in and out of focus, I'm really sorry, because it's so difficult to you know, to do a video like this. Anyway, so purists, look away. Here is the cavity for the electrics. Pretty mucky, as you probably would imagine. Nobody sees it, so nobody worries. In my camp, that wouldn't bother me. It just doesn't bother me. I've got good experience with all types of different pots. People buy different pots because they think they sound better, and comments in the bottom, I don't think they do. And if you can hear the difference, then wow, I wish I had your ears. Caps, again, not a big tone user, so I couldn't really comment on it. So, but it's sufficient enough to get a good sound. I'm assuming with the pickups that are in it. Obviously, we're going to put better pickups in it. We could measure all this kind of stuff and do all that geeky stuff, but really, experience tells me it doesn't make a heck of a lot of difference. Yes, if you wanted to go ahead and, you know, put all, you know, go to some 50s wire and all that kind of stuff, then, you know, great, go and do it. You know, it's great. You know, go and see your technical guy, give him some work. It's great. Or you can go and buy. I think you can buy these online as well, already made up. My good mate Algri does these. If you're in the UK, go and check his website out. He does a good job. Am I going to check this input jack socket? As long as it's tight, I don't care. Yeah, so, wow. Let's get a head start. I'm not sure about these tuners. The more and more I look at them, the more I'm kind of not sure about them. They say Grover on them, but you know and I know these aren't Grovers. But, you know, nice try. I'm going to try and pop one of these, the backs on one of these, try and fix that tuner. But other than that, the next thing I think we're going to show on a video with this guitar is it with it all set up. Assuming we can set it up the way we want it to, which is, I suppose, I'm assuming it will be fine. Let's put the pickup in it, and let's put it into an amplifier and see what it actually sounds like. And I can, you know, give you a response on what it feels like too. I think that'll be the important thing. So let me just crack on with the work, get this guitar back together again with the correct pickups in and everything fixed that I found to be dodgy, which is just the tuner, I think. And then we'll have a playthrough, and then we'll discuss it from there. I thought I'd better show you actually, if this happens to you for any reason with these Grovers, you can pop the backs out. Obviously take the machine head off the guitar first, because if you kind of miss and do something wrong, you'll damage the paintwork and all sorts. So basically, and all I do is I just put it, like, hang on, up end on a screwdriver and just give it a light tap with the back of a screwdriver so I don't damage anything, and then it will just pop the top off. So how can I do it? I can't hold the phone and show you at the same time, unfortunately. Here we go. So you just put in kind of a screwdriver in like that, and just tap this end very lightly, and it just pushes it all out there like that. So yeah, so that's tapped out. Out pops that, and we just screw it back on again and put it all back together again. Simple, isn't it? So it's not the end of the world, it's just where it's just come undone. It hasn't broken in there, it's just come undone. So we'll put a bit of like thread lock on it so it doesn't do that again, and we should be good to go. So when you get your brand new Dirty Talk pickup, or any of their pickups, you get your little wiring diagram, tells you what's what goes where. So no guesswork, no looking up online with some pickup manufacturers. They even write on the back what it is. Obviously it's got IronGear on it, but what it is, Dirty Talk. Yeah, and that it is in the bridge position pickup. They even itemise that on there as well, which a lot of pickup manufacturers, high end, don't even bother to do, which is quite frustrating. I must tell you that. Obviously you get your springs and your screws to go with the pickups as well. But yeah, mighty fine pickup this is, when you consider how much money they ask for it. There are other pickups on the marketplace. You probably know my views on this. There are other pickups on the marketplace. Believe you me, I've tried them, and they're kind of good, but like, there's just something about these that just for some reason just at the pro level, you know. There's good pickups, there's great pickups, and there's pro level pickups, and these are pro level, I'm telling you that. Anyway, and the amount of pickups I've bought from these guys, I know I'm going on a bit, but the amount of pickups I've bought from these guys as well, and I haven't had any duff ones yet. But there you go. Anyway, let's stick this in and get this guitar set up, and then we can play it, see what it sounds like. Yeah, another quick side note. Yeah, I'm just gonna clean up this fretboard a bit. Probably give it a bit of lemon oil. Polish the frets a little bit, just in case. I thought I'd just add that in case you thought I wasn't going to do that. I've got the Dirty Talk in. I've just got to solder that in. So it's all coming up. Hey, right, I won't lie. I just had to touch up a couple of solder joints in here because I was checking them and they just felt a little bit loose. Didn't look like they had much solder on, so I've redone that. Happy now. But these are some of the little things you have to check for your $200 or whatever ridiculous price this guitar was. But yeah, just a quick look at the fretboard because I forgot. It's not ebony, it's more like rosewood that's been darkened. I've just put some oil on it, so yeah, I'd say that's rosewood but darkened, but hey ho, looks alright. Right, so setting the guitar up, setting up the intonation. I don't know whether you can see this, but right up there. If you you can see in this bridge, there's like a little spring tensioner. Now, in order for me to get the intonation where I want it, I don't think I'm going to get it with this. It's been measured wrong. It's slightly out. I'm never going to get it, no matter what happens. But maybe the rest of them. These two here not too bad, and I'm just in on these, so I've just managed to get the intonation right on these two. Maybe if I got rid of the spring on that, but I can't get rid of the spring because then the screw will fall out, and the intonation is not quite right on that. But I'm going to leave it because these intonation on these two strings, it's not really making any difference till you get really high up, so I'm not worried. So I suppose that's where you get the issues. If we change this bridge, I think we could get it. We could get the intonation exactly where we wanted it to with these. It's just because it's got this spring system. I've never seen anything like it before, but you know, it's just the way. It's probably just a cheap Chinese one. But anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd highlight that. That's kind of what you get for him. So what I'm trying to say is that the scale length, it's possible that the measurement was made wrong slightly, ever so slightly, or there's been some shrinkage since the original drill holes were made, and the rest of the guitar was put together. That's also a possibility. So obviously you probably know as much as me about these things, and you're welcome to put them in the comments below. But yeah, we're ready now to play this guitar. I'm sorry I've had to keep stopping and playing these little videos to show you all the little problems that I find, but we're ready to play it now and see what it sounds like. Alright, here we are. Can you see? Right. Oops. Okay, so it's got the Dirty Talk IronGear pickup in it. I'm just running through a Black Star ID Core 20. A little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay on it. It's on the crunch. It's not on like high gain or anything like that. It's quite a powerful pickup, so it does quite a bit of the work. So the amp doesn't have to. So yeah, I mean, I've got the action really low. In fact, lower than I would usually have my Les Paul actually, but because the frets were so level, I didn't have to do any work on the frets at all. I was a little bit worried about the issue with, I'll show you. If you drag the strings too far over the fretboard, it kind of catches on the fret, only because the tangs, the nibs are lower than the frets are, which I've not encountered that before. But while I'm playing, it hasn't really affected what I'm doing, so it wouldn't worry me. Although you don't really want that, but if it doesn't affect your playing, then it's not a problem. So yeah, the other problem, as you've probably seen in the video already, is that it was tough trying to get the intonation right because I'm all the way forward, as far forward as I possibly can on the bridge saddles. In order to get a little bit further forward, I'd have to get rid of this bridge saddle unit and get another one, without the little spring system in it. It's got this. Yeah, if you see the video earlier on, you'll see. If you've just skipped to the end, then anyway. So yeah. But as it stands, I think it's good to go. It's really rock and roll. It's all set up, everything's working. It plays like butter. So I'm not going to play loads and loads and loads. You've heard it. It sounds great. It's got like loads of harmonics flying out of it. It plays like butter. The neck's lovely because, you know, you kind of like when you're here doing the big chords, and then you come up here for, like, you know, the lead stuff. It's thinner here, it's thicker there. I could measure it, but I can't be bothered. It's all about feel, right? It's not about what the measurements are. It's about you feel comfortable with it and it's comfortable. It looks great. It sounds great. It's the kind of right way. It weighs the same as my Les Paul Gold Top, pretty much. From feel, I'm not gonna weigh it because I've got nothing to weigh it on. But yeah. I just spoke to Fraser as well, who said that technically he paid for this guitar. He paid in UK sterling £225, including the shipping. Now he's bought a few of them, so maybe he got a bit of a discount because he bought a few of these guitars. I mean, and you'll see some of the others when I do them. But like, I can't believe that. I can't believe. I mean, if you didn't have the Gibson logo on it, I still couldn't believe the price for what it does. It plays beautifully. I'm kind of envious of him, bit jealous, but you know, it's a really lovely guitar. I've always wanted a custom Gibson, but perhaps not in gold though. Don't like gold. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty much blown away. I'm pretty much blown away. So if you are. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of really bad Chinese knockoffs out there, but this one's a good one. There's a few more coming, so let's see if we can find a bad one out of the batch that's come in. There's another 3, I think, I'm going to do in this series of videos, so we shall see. There you go, I'll just play out.